Good morning, students. Hello, everyone. How are you all? Today, I am going to explain you chapter 1, number system of class 9th. In this part first, in this part, I will explain some topics from this chapter. First is introduction. Second is the irrational numbers and real numbers and their decimal expansion. Okay. So please listen me carefully and look. Okay. Now, in this chapter, we will discuss and we will know the following points. In this chapter, we will about the following points. Okay. We will know about the following points. The points first is introduction, second is irrational numbers, third is real numbers and their decimal expansion, and fourth, representing real numbers on the number line. Fifth is operation on real numbers, and sixth is laws of exponents for real numbers. Okay. In this video, I am going to tell you the first topic introduction, second topic irrational numbers, and third topic real numbers and their decimal expansion. So its first topic is introduction. Introduction to number system. What are numbers? Numbers, arithmetic value representing a particular quantity. Arithmetical value representing a particular quantity is called number. The various types of numbers are there. Some numbers are going to explain. First is natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, and real numbers. Okay. Now I'm going to explain the various types of numbers. So first is natural numbers. What are natural numbers? You have studied in previous classes also about natural numbers. All counting numbers are known as natural numbers, or we can say natural numbers are positive numbers which are countable, like that 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 and so on. Okay, so we can say which is the first and smallest natural number. It is 1. Okay. Now second is whole numbers. In whole numbers, we can say all counting numbers along with 0 are known as whole numbers, or we can say whole numbers are countable from 0, 1, 2, and so on. Whole numbers are all natural numbers including 0. Whole numbers do not include any fractions, negative numbers, or decimals. It is not includable by fractions, negative numbers, or decimals. So all counting numbers including 0 are known as whole numbers. So which is the smallest whole number? We can give the answer of this. The 0 is the smallest whole number. Understood? Now, in this way, we move on integers. Integers, what are integers? Integers are just like whole numbers, but they also include negative numbers. They are denoted by Z. Okay. We can say all positive and negative numbers including 0 are known as integers. Like that, examples are here -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and so on. So we can say how many types of integers. The answer is there are 3 types of integers. First is positive integers, second is negative integers, and 0 integers. Which type of 0 integer, negative or positive? So we know 0 is neither positive nor negative. 0 is an integer only. Okay. Now in this way we move on rational numbers. A number R is called a rational number if it can be written in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers. We can say in other way, numbers which can be written in the form of P upon Q are known as rational numbers. Some examples are given: 1 by 2, 3 by 5, 5 by 8, and so on. Or we can say the fractional form are known as rational numbers. Understood? You have studied in previous classes the properties of rational numbers: closure property, commutative property, associative property. Okay. Now we move on. Its second topic, irrational numbers. All have understood about numbers and their types. I have explained with examples. So now I move its second topic, irrational numbers. We saw in the previous section that there may be numbers on the number line that are not rational. In this section, we are going to investigate these numbers. So far, all the numbers you have come across are of the form P upon Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal 0. So you may ask, are there numbers which are not of this form? There are indeed some numbers. Let us formally define these numbers. A number is called irrational if it cannot be written in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal 0. In a simple way, we can say which numbers cannot be written in the form of rational numbers or P upon Q are known as irrational numbers. Now you already know you, are, you already know that there are infinitely many rational numbers. It turns out that there are infinitely many rational numbers too. Okay, any number that can be expressed in the form of that cannot be expressed in the form of P upon Q are where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal 0 is an irrational number. Some examples of irrational numbers are there: root 2, root 3, root 15, 5, 0.1011, 0, 111, 11110, 1.01002456 are the examples are related to irrational numbers. We can say every number which is in square root are irrational. No, numbers which are only not perfect square number are known as irrational numbers. Like that, root 4 is not is a perfect square number. Its square root is 2, so it is not an irrational number. It is rational number. So root 5 is an irrational number because it is a non-perfect square number. Root 3 is also an irrational number because it is not perfect square number. Root 15 is also a non-perfect square number, so it is an irrational. Pi is also an irrational number, and in this form, number which can be written is also an irrational number in this form also. Okay, can you relate between rational numbers or irrational numbers? Okay, now I move on real numbers. Okay, real numbers, we can say in simple form, numbers are divided into two parts. Numbers are divided into two parts. First, real numbers, and second is imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers. You will study real numbers in this class, in class 9, 10th also, and you will study about imaginary numbers in class 11th, 12th, and so on. Okay, so we will discuss real numbers about in this class. Okay, it So we can say real numbers. What are real number? All the all the collection of rational and irrational numbers. The collection of rational and irrational numbers are known as real numbers. Like that, we can say all real numbers and all irrational numbers are the combination of real numbers. Suppose that 0, 1, 2, 3 are rational numbers, and root 2, root 3, root 15 are irrational numbers. We can join them. After joining them, we can see the combination of them are real numbers. Understood? So you can look here. It turns out that the collection of all rational numbers and irrational numbers together make up what what we call the collection of real numbers, which is denoted by R. Therefore, a real number is either rational or irrational. I have just told you a real number is either a rational or irrational. Okay, so we can say that every real number is represented by a unique, okay, point on the number line. We can say every real numbers can be represented on a number line by a unique point. Also, every point on the number line represents a unique real number. This is why we call the number line the real number line. We can call that line the real number line. Understood? You should understood about real numbers. I am okay. Now representation of irrational numbers on the number line. You have seen in your previous classes number line of rational numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, and 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 2 by 5, and so on. You can represent any rational numbers on a number line. You have seen in previous classes. Okay. Now, in this way, we will know about how to represent irrational numbers on the number line. Examples: represent root 2 on the number line. Root 2 is an irrational number, so we will show in this session how to represent root 2 on the number line. First, to represent root 2 on a number line, we have to construct some step also. Firstly, it is easy to see how the Greek might have discovered root 2. Okay, consider a unit square. I have considered OABC is a unique square. Okay, with each side 1 unit. I have just told unit means 1. Every side is 1 unit. So OA is equal AB is equal BC is equal CO is 1 unit in length. Clear? See figure. Then you can see by the Pythagoras theorem that OB, what is OB? OB is its diagonal. OB is the diagonal of square OABC. Now you can see OAB is a right angle triangle. Yes or no? Yeah. OAB is a right angle triangle where A is the right angle. Okay. So we can solve it by Pythagoras theorem. We have known about it. We have studied about it in previous classes. In the right angle triangle, the hypotenuse square is equal to the base square plus the perpendicular side square. So we can OB is equal to under root 1 square plus 1 square. This is 1, OA is 1, and AB is 1. So OB is equal to under root 1 square plus under root 1 square. So we can say OB is equal to root 2 units. Understood or not? All have understood? Anyone have any doubt? Okay. Now we have got OB, the length of OB. Okay. How do we represent root 2 on the number line? This is easy to represent now because I have known the length of OB. Okay, with the help of Pythagoras theorem. Now with the help with O as center, with O as center and taking OB as radius and taking OB as radius. Draw a draw an arc meeting OX at point P. Means O is the center and OB is the radius with center O and taking radius OB. Draw an arc which cuts line OX. This is the line OX. This cuts at point P. P represent root 2. So then OP is equal to OB is equal to root 2 units. This is the geometrical representation of root 2. You can, I have told you with the help of taking a unit square in an easy way. Okay, have you any doubt regarding this? You can tell me. Okay, now its third topic. I move on its third topic. Before moving on, I have told you we can represent root 3, root 5, root 7, root, root 10, any irrational numbers we can represent on the number line. Any irrational number with the help of this construction. Root 2, now we denote perpendicular, this BC is equal 1, this now we can represent. In the end, you should get a spiral root square. Okay, now we move on third topic, real numbers and their decimal expansions. I have told you in my previous topic about real numbers. What are real numbers? Anybody else tell me about real numbers? In this section we are going to study rational and irrational numbers from a different point of view. We will look at the decimal expansion of real numbers and see if we can use the expansions to distinguish between rationals and irrationals. We will also explain how to visualize the representation of real numbers on the number line using their decimal expansions. Since rationals are more familiar to us, let us start with them. Okay, let us take three examples of rational numbers. What 10 by 3, 7 by 8, 1 by 7. These are the three examples of rational numbers. We can find their decimal expansions, and their decimal expansion are followed by on dividing. So when we divide 10 by 3, we get, when we dividing, we get three steps. First is remainder is 0. Second is never comes remainder 0. And third is repetition of the digit. Okay. So when we divide 10 by 3, so we got remainder is 1. Okay. Divisor is 3. Okay. Divisor is 3 is and remainder is 1. Okay. Now when we divide 7 by 8, we got remainder is 6, 4, 0. Okay, divisor is 8. 8 is divisor, this is quotient. Understood? And in third 1 upon 7 on dividing, we have got remainders 3, 2, 6, 4, 5, 1. 3, 2, 6, 4, 5, 1. Okay, and divisor is 7. Understood? Now, what have you noticed there? You should have noticed at least 3 things, which I have told you just now. First is remainder is 0, remainder never comes 0, and although we have noticed this pattern using only the examples above, it is true for all rationals of the form P upon Q, where Q is not equal 0. I have taken here only 3 rational numbers. You can take any rational numbers which is in the form of P upon Q and where Q is not equal 0. You can take another examples of rational numbers, and on dividing you can check remainder comes 0, never comes 0, and remainder repeats a digit. Okay, on division of P by Q, two main things happen. Two main things are happening here. Either the remainder becomes 0 or never becomes 0, and we get a repeating string of remainders. Let us look at each case separately. Understood or not? When we find the decimal expansion of any rational numbers, you should find 3 steps. First is the remainder becomes 0 or never becomes 0, and we get repeating strings of remainder. Any digit, any remainder we repeat again and again. Okay, let us look at each case separately. Case first, I have named case first, the remainder becomes 0. In which case 7 by 8 on dividing we have got remainder is 0. Okay, so in the example of 7 by 8 we found that the remainder becomes 0 after some steps, and the decimal expansion of 7 by 8 is equal to 0.875. Clear? In second case, the remainder never becomes 0. Second case means 1 by 7. Yeah, 1 by 7, the remainder never becomes 0. Okay? We notice the remainders repeat after a certain stage, forcing the decimal expansion to go on forever. In other words, we have a repeating block of digits in the quotient. We say that this expansion is non-terminating recurring. Very good. We have found the result here. When on dividing a decimal expansion, or we can say the decimal expansion of rational numbers comes end, means when we got 0, when we find the decimal expansion of any number, the remainder comes 0. It is called terminating. It is called terminating, and the the decimal expansion not come to the end. It is called non-terminating. And in the example of 1 by 7, we notice the remainder repeat after a certain stage, forcing the decimal expansion to go on forever. In other words, we have a repeating block of digits in the quotient. We can say in the quotient. So we say that this expansion is non-terminating recurring. Okay, so that 3.142678 is a rational example from this lesson. So that 3.142678 is a rational number. In other words, express 3.142678 in the form of P by Q, where P by Q are integers and Q is not equal 0. We have 3.142678. We can write it in the form of this. After the decimal, how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can put 6 times 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can write 3, 1, 4, 2, 6, 7, 8. Why? 1 and 6 times 0, and hence is a rational number. We have noticed this is in the form of P upon Q. So we can say this is a rational number. Understood? Second is, so that 0.333 can be expressed in the form of PYQ, where P and Q are integers, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal 0. We can write 0.333 is equal to 0.3 to the power bar to the bar. Okay. Solution. Since do since, since we do not know what 0.3 bar is, let us call it x. We have let it x is equal 0.333 and so on. How can you write many times it? Okay. So now there is, here is where the trick comes in. Look at after decimal how many digits are there? After decimal there are only one digit. So we have to multiply by 10. If there is two digits after decimal, we have to multiply by 100. After decimal three digits, we have to multiply by 1000. Okay. So we multiply by 10 in both sides. 10 into x is equal to 10 into 0.333. Clear? So we can write 10x is equal 3.333. Okay. Now 3.3333 is equal to 3 plus x. We can write this value, this particular bottom, 0.333 be x, which I have supposed. Yeah, so 3 plus x. Okay, any doubt? Now, so x is equal to 0.333 since it is given. So 10x is equal to 3 plus x. Solving for the value of x, we get 9x is equal to 3. Then x is equal to 1 by 3. Understood? If you have any doubt, you can ask. Note the decimal expansion of a rational number is either terminating or decimal or non-terminating recurring. Moreover, a number whose decimal expansion is terminating or non-terminating recurring is rational. And try to understand the decimal expansion of rational number is either terminating or non-terminating recurring. Moreover, a number whose decimal expansion is terminating or non-terminating recurring is rational. Means which number the decimal expansion of P upon Q is found terminating or non-terminating recurring. Means terminating means the decimal expansion of this any rational number comes to the end, means remainder is 0. Then we get remainder is 0, or we can get the in quotient a digits or a set of digits repeats time to time. We can say that is non-terminating. These types of numbers are known as rational. Now, the decimal expansion of an irrational number is non-terminating, non-recurring. Means the decimal expansion of an irrational number is non-terminating, non-recurring. Means the decimal expansion of P upon Q never comes to 0. Is called non-terminating. Moreover, a number whose decimal expansion is non-terminating, non-recurring is rational. All have understood? It's three parts of this chapter: introduction, irrational numbers, and decimal expansion for real numbers. Okay, so please stay home, Stay safe and do the practice at home.